What's up, guys? I'm David. I'm the COO of YGN, and today I'm going to show you what we were really thinking during our Shark Tank episode. Let's get into it.
I'm Monique Little, CEO.
I'm David, COO. And today we're here asking for $400K for 5% of our Dallas-based company, You Gon Natural. Sharks, what do y'all do when you're having a bad hair day, or those days you just don't feel like washing your hair? We can't all be no hair, don't care, like Mr. Wonderful over here. And some of us just can't put on a hat because that's because our natural hair can get damaged.
This part, it was actually interesting. We had gone through so much practice of these lines and of our script. And I had my lines and Monique had her lines. And so when I messed up, it just threw off our cadence a little bit. But that's like just how it goes. Sometimes you get nervous, you got to just keep on rolling through it. They could have edited it out, but it definitely probably made for a little bit more entertainment.
Take a breath. One go-to option is the head wrap. But traditional head wraps can be made from harsh fabrics like cotton or polyester that can damage the hair. And learning how to tie them can be time-consuming and confusing. That's why I created the first ever satin-lined easy tie head wraps. You Gon Natural wraps are not only super stylish and super easy to use, they're designed to protect and promote the health of your hair with super soft satin lining that reduces friction and retains the moisture in your hair.
Oh, easy.
Usually when you put on a YGN wrap, you are looking in the mirror. I actually think that this wasn't the best look on me the way I put it on, but we didn't have a mirror. So this was something that was a little bit tricky as we were putting on, and we literally practiced the timing of putting it on in the right way.
That's cool. Our core line features cool turbans from lots of styles for both women and men. So you can look good on the go no matter what kind of hair you have.
And that's not all. Our latest invention, the swim turban, is made with silicone lining so anyone can enjoy the water without worrying about the harsh effects of salt water and chlorine on your hair.
To date, we've built a massive customer base directly online, but we're here to make You Gon Natural a household name.
So Sharks, which one of you is ready to wrap this deal up?
Wow.
That's cool.
Clever idea. Are you married?
No, we're brother and sister.
Honestly, that part was awkward.
So there's two things here. This is for the swim one,
Yes,
correct?
that is our silicone-lined swim cap. And the swim turban is patent-pending design, and it's made to keep the water out of your hair when you swim.
That went viral on TikTok, had amassed over 10 million views on TikTok. We sold tens of thousands of them this summer.
Very luxurious feeling. This seems very
Thank
expensive to me, which we'll get into next.
Damon has FUBU. He has a lot of connections with our demographic. We were just hoping that he would be an investor. So when he started to take to it, we were really excited. We also thought that Lori could be a good investor as well, specifically because she knows how to take new products into markets. We thought, oh, QVC might actually be interesting for us because this was a product that it's unique. You really do need to tell the story, and Lori's really good at that. And so we were hoping that she would actually invest.
Grippy, this is strong, it's heavy. This is heavier than like an average bathing cap.
This thing is amazing. It's the why didn't I ever think about it? Think of this thing.
What do you sell them for, and what do they cost you?
Yeah, so we manufacture all of our products in Dallas, Texas. They range from $4 to $7 to manufacture, and the pricing ranges from $35 to $48.
That's relatively
Get
cheap.
the production so low in Dallas.
Because we know how to work in Dallas, Kevin.
Yeah, we do.
Maybe it's time.
And that was a cool moment. Going into it, we did a lot of thinking about, okay, how do we position to each shark? Being a Dallas-based company, it would be huge if we can get Mark in. It would help elevate us locally. And so we wanted to make sure that we harped on that aspect, that we're a company that's based in Dallas, but we also make stuff in Dallas. And we were trying to appeal to Mark in that way.
Talk about sales because you have a valuation of $8 million here.
All right, so I'll walk backwards. So to date, we've sold over $15 million of product.
What? Whoa! Yes, sir.
15 million? We're a 6-year-old company, 2020 2020, we did $2 million. 2021, we did 7.5.
Wow.
This year, we're tracking $10 million in sales.
Wow.
Wow.
Did you make any money on that 7.5?
Shark Tank companies typically don't have this much revenue. We have been a fast-growing brand. It was surprising to the sharks because beforehand, when you go into the tank, they don't know anything about your company. So it was surprising because if you don't know anything about black hair care or protective styling, then you're just shocked that we could reach as many people and drive as much sales as we do. There are little pockets of businesses that are just directly connecting with a consumer, and ultimately it can be a big business. So I think that was something that for them, they were surprised about.
The year you did 7.5 million?
So the beginning of last year, we raised $2 million.
Oh, wait a minute.
Why? What did you use that for?
So we used it to expand our product line and invest in the manufacturing facility.
Did you profit on your sales?
We did not last year. Last year, we lost $2 million. This year, we will be profit.
Last year you lost, I'm sorry, I heard you raised.
Yeah.
And then you also lost $2 million.
Yeah.
You're
So
running
wait, so with all the margins you guys have, what were the costs?
And at this point, the pitch started to get a little bit dicey, mainly because our strategy has been to grow really quickly. As a brand and as a leader and as an innovator in our space, what always happens is that when we release a product, other companies go and rip our product off. If you go to Amazon or if you go to Alibaba, you'll see people will literally take our pictures from our website and put them as their own, and we have to fight that. Or one of the ways that you can get ahead of that is by raising money and growing more quickly so you gain market share. And that was something that for us was really important. So we had to raise money and then we had to push the growth so that YGN could get out ahead of some of the things that we wanted to make and the brand that we are building and have wanted to build.
Last year.
So how much did you have? That means you wrote off a lot of inventory.
Right, exactly.
So you fell into the trap where you raised a lot of money, thought you were going to grow really fast.
Right.
So now how much cash do you have in the bank?
So we have just about 100 grand in the bank.
Ooh, that is
And
not
we
good.
will be, so we will be profitable this year. So we're going to Target in February of 2023.
Your sales grew very quickly,
Yeah.
and you thought that was going to be sustainable, so you went all in thinking you're going to grow 5-10 times.
What are your customer acquisition costs now?
Spent about $3 million.
In this part of the conversation, there's a lot of nuance to building a brand using Facebook ads. And there are two important aspects of this. The first one is it's an industry term called CAC. It's customer acquisition cost. How much should it cost to get you a customer in the door? And all businesses have this. If you're going to continue to grow, you have to continue to get customers. Some companies, their strategy is to break even on your first customer order because you know that if your brand is good and if you deliver on your promise, that the customer will come back time after time and you'll continue to make money. Some companies are willing to lose money because they know that if I buy this customer today, next year that they're going to turn profitable. YGN, we're profitable on the first day. So even though we were spending $30 to acquire, the customer is coming in and spending $50 to $60 with us. We make money on the first day. And then over the course of the year, the customer then buys more product. We knew that these numbers, they're some of the best in the industry. This is where our real life nuance about building a business is different than on Shark Tank.
Into this year, our goal was moving into an efficiency. We had the decision, okay, do we raise and do we keep on hitting the gas or do we pull back, have money
Yes,
kind of like...
trying to make money was a good call. Yeah.
And we've turned that around.
So I make it for 7. I sell it for 48 direct to consumer. I pay 30 of that in customer acquisition costs. So I'm dealing with just under $10 a profit.
This is why we're here. This is why we're looking at our raise, is that we want to prepare for Target.
How many stores are you going to do on that rollout?
316.
That's a test, right?
Yeah. The first products are going to be our headbands, which is really interesting. The headbands are made from our remnant of the turbans.
Yes.
And it's the lowest price point product. So it's a $10 product. It's made from our remnant product. It goes into Target, and we still get to sell our core product online.
Right.
Because we're innovating this
That's
market.
your efficiency thing that you're trying to do by using excess material.
Exactly.
No, but let me tell you something. Using the remnant inventory sounds clean and smart, but it's going to take you time. You're going to look that way, this way. You have to contend with the store itself. You have to ship. It's not just remnant inventory. It's the most valuable thing you have, which is your time and your focus. I think it has to be demonstrated. You should stick with your lane. I think your play clearly is online. I'm out. I can't really bring anything to the table here on this stage.
At this point, Barbara was just straight up wrong. We were already making these headbands. We were already selling them. From a company waste perspective, you don't just want to toss the extras of the fabric that we use. It's more environmentally friendly to not waste fabric. So there are a whole host of reasons why we made these headbands, and we were already making them. And we had already had the deal with Target. So for her to say, oh, you're doing too many things, it just was wrong. Barbara always looks for a reason to opt out. You don't want to argue, but it actually just wasn't right. So
Thank you.
When I heard your sales ramp, I thought maybe I should grow my hair back. I'm not kidding. That was really impressive. But I dig into the numbers. I'm not a fan of the retail move for a bunch of reasons. Servicing a retailer is a whole different bag, and I prefer to see you spend all your time reducing your customer acquisition costs.
Right.
Guys, it's not for me. I'm out.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
The way I look at it is, no pun intended, though, it looks like you're wearing too many hats. But if I just did the math, it would take me 5 years just to break even, you having no problems at all and doubling your business. So I don't want to take away from the fact that this is great, the product.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate
With that being said, I'm out.
You guys, product, amazing. I love it. What scares me is the losses that just happened. You had incredible sales, but you also took a real hit. And to invest almost $500,000 for 5% is just scary.
We have room for negotiation.
Yeah, we have room for negotiation, and I think it's one of those things where...
Sorry, I can't. Unfortunately, I'm out.
Okay, so guys, the big question has been, how much are you willing to give?
Yeah.
So I'm willing to make an offer, but it's going to be really sharky.
things were getting hairy because the sharks, they were all going out. And so we were just bummed out about Lori going out. We felt like she could help us reach a new market or a new audience that we weren't necessarily reaching. We did our research on Damon. He doesn't typically invest a ton, and he does go out a lot, as did Barbara. And this wasn't Mr. Wonderful's niche, so we didn't think that he could help us that much. Really, we were thinking our top three were Mark, Lori, and Damon.
I'll give you the 400K, but I want 20%. That's sharky.
No, I
right?
think that's accurate.
Because of all the uncertainty that
Wear
you guys
that
have.
bathing cap for a while. You want to start sweating.
You'll get my help, and obviously in Dallas, I can help.
This is how sharky that offer was. He took your valuation from $8 million to $2 million. What are you going to do?
What we propose is 12% of the company for that 400K. We also wanted to throw out a deal to everyone else here that is 400K as a debt deal with some form of royalty.
So now you're walking away from, you're looking at others?
We're countering at 12% for
That's like, baby, let's go to
400K.
dinner. But hey.
We are countering.
We only had one option, right? Mark and Mark's deal. And in any type of negotiation, you always want to present multiple options, because when you only have one option, the only option is yes or no. When you give the person on the other side who you're trying to convince to take some action multiple options, they don't feel like they either win or lose. By choosing one of the three options, they felt like they had agency and had control over the process. So when we made our counter, it wasn't going to be, let's go to this number, Mark. It had to be, let's open up the parameters of how we're thinking about this deal. And so that was really the goal with that initial alternative deal structure suggestion.
Debt deal to Mark.
Why don't we just get
To
that
everyone.
deal?
To everyone.
Before we
Yes.
talk royalties, why don't we figure out what that
But you,
deal
you have a fish on the line, which is Mark.
Don't offend this fish. I know him.
Yeah, we love you, Mark.
And that
Absolutely.
fish is
Sure
cash
doesn't
heavy.
sound like one.
Right. And so we want a partner. And we think that,
Okay, the way I would do it then, so if you're saying you're open to a royalty, so let's say $3 on the headband, $5 on everything else, till the loan is paid back, then what equity are you offering me?
we would offer 7%.
Make it 10 and you have a deal.
It's up to you. You do it.
Deal.
Good Good job, guys.
You were making us all nervous there.
We'll make it work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you.
It was really a super high pressure negotiation. It was a lot of work to go through that process. We had already done tens of millions of dollars in sales, but to be able to go on Shark Tank and tell our story was really invaluable for YGN. What were your thoughts on the episode? Leave a comment below and we'll try to answer it either directly or maybe we'll make another video answering some of the questions that you guys have. Thanks so much for watching and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.